welcome back to my channel. I'm actually gonna welcome myself back to my own channel because it's been a while. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, then you don't know that I've actually had a second baby. I had a baby boy, as you can see. His name is Theodore Matthew, named after Theodore Roosevelt, just like Eleanor was named after Eleanor Roosevelt. So I decided to come back. It's been a while. I've had so much happening, you know, towards the end of last year and all of this year. I just haven't had time to post any videos. So I kind of want to get back into that. So I'm just going to start off with how we started the process or what we did to get pregnant, the pregnancy, how the pregnancy went, and then how it's been for the last 2.5 months. What I didn't say, I forgot to mention, he's 2.5 months old right now. He was born August 8th of this year, of 2021. So he's a little baby brother, and he loves his sister loves him, but we'll go into that a little bit later. So like I said, it's going to be a few videos, just kind of recapping, you know, pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, post-pregnancy. So yeah, I'm just gonna go jump right into it. So last year in 2020, when Eleanor was just 5.5 months old, which was June of 2020, Matt and I had decided to start trying to have another baby naturally. Obviously, we knew the odds were against us, but I still wanted to try. We knew we wanted to have kids close in age. So again, I knew that chances were I was not going to get pregnant naturally, but I wanted to try. So even though Eleanor was still very young and I could potentially have a 15-month gap between the two kids, I started pretty early after having Eleanor. So before I started trying, I had listened to an audiobook called It Starts With the Egg. And so it just tells you, depending on what you're going through, struggling to get pregnant, it'll give you advice and different things that you can try, different vitamins for you and your husband. He's sick, so if you hear him screaming and coughing, he's sick. Eleanor's sick and she gets him sick. It's already the 3rd time he's been sick in 2.5 months, which is really sad. No puppy. So yeah, so I listened to It Starts With the Egg, and it gives you advice depending on what the situation is, what you're struggling with, or exactly what your situation is with infertility. Matt and I started taking vitamins. I started eliminating certain plastics and just making sure that things were BPA approved, or yeah. I stopped using perfume. I use fragrance-free laundry detergent, and just eliminating certain things just to see if I can get pregnant naturally. That did not work. So we started in June, and we officially did our first IVF consultation with our doctor in September. So we tried technically for 4 months. So June, July, August, September. 4 months, failed. At that point in September, I had turned 35. Yeah, I had turned 35. So again, the odds were against me because we already struggled with infertility, and now at this point, my age, you know, I'm getting to the old age, 35, can't get, it's hard to get pregnant. But anyways, so the doctor initially said it would take about 6 weeks to probably do the transfer. So I had to do all this type of tests, blood work, second day cycle, ultrasound, the same thing as last time. Everything went well, everything came back great. I did do a biopsy, and again, the biopsy was to see what's the ideal number of hours for, what is it called? Progesterone oil, I think it was. And so everything came back the same as it was last time. The only difference was they put me on Lovenox. The doctor never actually told me why he put me on Lovenox. but I had to Google it. He had put me on birth control again, very standard procedure, birth control for 1 month. And the next time I got my cycle, you know, again, you always go every month to do a transvaginal ultrasound, which is always fun. And after I taken the birth control, the following cycle, it was like I didn't even have a cycle. It was like nothing. I was just like, oh, it must be, you know, I'm about to start my cycle because I'm spotting. But it happened to be like when I thought I was going to start my cycle. Well, fast forward, I'm like already 7 days into my cycle, and I'm like, I literally have not bled at all. Like, nothing has started. So I call the clinic, and they're like, oh my god, like, you need to come in. We need to do an ultrasound to see if you're going to ovulate, about to ovulate. We need to see what's happening because that's not normal. Well, I ended up doing 2 back-to-back ultrasounds, and it looked like I was ovulating. They're like, we don't know what happened, but you did have a cycle. Like, your cycle happened. And I guess like the spotting that I had was my cycle, but it was like almost like nothing. Like, I didn't even know I had my cycle. My cycle had started. So if I had not been ovulating, then they would have pushed back my transfer date. My transfer date was for December. So like, if you don't have your cycle, we need to figure out what's happening. So I was already freaking out, but thankfully everything came back perfectly fine. It's just, I guess, getting on birth control for the first time after having a baby, my body was completely out of whack. I don't know. No one knows. But we got back on track. And in November, we officially started, or I officially started doing my injections.
Hi. Say good morning, everyone. Mommy got the green light to start injections. I got the call and the email that said that my progesterone and estrogen level was great and I could start injections to give you a brother or sister. So I was supposed to start, if everything came out good, I was supposed to start 2 days later, but the nurse said I could start today, the following day, after confirming everything was good. So first injection is Lupron. So it's mine. So we're gonna start.
And this time around, I took more medication. I was on Lovenox and I was on something else. I can't remember what it was, but I just know I was on more medication. And then it was time to schedule my transfer. The doctor happened to not be working at the clinic that I usually go to. When I was supposed to do my transfer, he was actually at a different location. So they had me drive almost an hour to where he was going to be at on that day of the transfer. So we did the transfer on December 11th. And that week I was really stressed because the Eleanor's daycare had closed the whole entire week for COVID. There was like a COVID case, so they shut down the entire daycare for an entire week. And mind you, so Monday through Friday, that whole week, sorry, they did close the daycare, but they weren't telling us what days they were finally gonna reopen. So I was panicking because, mind you, I wasn't telling anyone, once again, that I was doing IVF. I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell anyone. It was, once again, our little secret, mine and Matt's. This Mr. over here is a little on the fussy side. So it was our little secret. So I was panicking because I was like, oh, great. Like, who's going to take care of Eleanor while I'm getting the transfer? Because I'm also going to be on bed rest. Like, you know, you're at the clinic for a little bit of time. You can't take any kids because it's also COVID and you're doing a medical procedure. So I was panicking, but luckily the daycare happened to open up again that Friday that I was doing the transfer. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. That's amazing. So I was very stressed. Now, I forgot to mention the week prior to my transfer, because of 2020, everyone was working from home. I was still working from home in December. And we had a meeting with our CEO.
This is a deja vu from 2 years ago. What am I talking about? Well, 2 years ago, I was starting the IVF process. I was doing the egg retrieval when I found out that the company that Matt and I were working for was closing its doors. So I only had like a couple months left before it was going to be officially my last day. And it was the holiday season too, which it's fantastic. So here we are. Just found out about an hour ago that the company I'm working for is shutting its doors. And my last day is the end of the month. And I'm in the middle of doing my embryo transfer and trying to get pregnant. So I'm a little upset, as you can tell, and stressing out. Because obviously there's one less income in the house, and I'm doing IVF, and I'm trying to get pregnant and needing to look for work. I'm not sure how that works. I know they can discriminate employers for being pregnant, but to prove that is a whole different situation. If I get pregnant, which I hope I am going to, pray to God I do. I don't want to have to do this again and pay more money, because now we're one less salary at home, income. And if it does work, my fear is, because Matt's like, oh, you don't need to disclose to anyone that you're pregnant. My fear is that I get as sick as I was when I was pregnant with Eleanor. And I was very sick. Emergency room, urgent care, asked to work from home for an entire month because I would not stop throwing up. So I'm not sure how I can get a new job and run the risk of being extremely sick. So of course nothing is for sure, but I'm upset. I'm trying to stay calm because it is a holiday season. There's my Christmas tree. I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but when it is posted, it is a holiday season at the moment. So I spent a lot of money on Christmas gifts already. So I'm just like, oh no, that kind of sucks. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, just wish us luck that this embryo transfer works. Work or no work, like I still want to have my family, and I don't want to postpone my embryo transfer like I did last time because I had to get a new job, because I didn't do the embryo transfer earlier for that reason, and I don't want that to be the same reason this time around. So
we went ahead and decided, forget it, let's just move forward. We decided we're gonna have a baby. Like, let this not be a reason not to have the transfer. So I went in and did the transfer.
It's embryo transfer number 2 in 2020. So let's see how this goes. Embryo transfer number 2 is done. They emptied out my bladder, which hurt like crazy. Well, not hurt a lot. Last time it didn't hurt at all. So I had to pee twice. Pee twice. So tears came out. They were very dramatic with their music. I wasn't expecting that. Daddy. And the baby is from October 2018, so it's a little bit over 2 years. 2 years and 2 months. So we'll see how this goes. I got 20 minutes to sit here. They still gotta draw blood. Whew. I'm happy it's done. Now 2 days of bed rest.
And so they gave us a picture of the embryo that they were transferring, and they had said that on one side they had to they hatched it to help the baby, grow, whereas Eleanor was already hatched. She was like ready to go. And then I asked them, I'm like, just out of curiosity, like, of my 2 egg retrievals, which one is this from? Because I had an egg retrieval October 2018 and had 1 surviving embryo. And then I had a second egg retrieval December of 2018 and I had 5 embryos. Eleanor came from the December one, so 1 of 5. And I asked them which one was this baby, and they said it was your October 2018 baby, which was my sole surviving embryo. trying not to cry. So me and Matt were completely shocked. We could not believe that the one little embryo that we didn't think was viable was a thing. Like it was like they were transferring him. And as soon as they gave me the picture, I looked at Matt, I was like, this is a boy. Mind you, they never did any testing to find out the gender. I never did any testing on the embryos. So I said it with so much conviction. I'm like, I know it's a boy. Like, it just immediately, as soon as I saw it, I was like, it's a boy. And so it kind of like stuck in my head. So I had to transfer. I was on bed rest for 2 days, which was a little, it was hard because I had Eleanor. She was just about to turn 1, like 2 or 3 weeks later. And, she was trying to crawl on top of me and, being a baby. So it was a little bit hard, but, I managed. It was only 2 days. And then 10 days later, I had them send me a voicemail with the results. I did not want to do the pregnancy test, like the urine test at the office. When I went in December 21st, they like last time, they wanted me to do a urine test and a blood test, and I declined the urine test because I was like, I don't want to find out here at the office that I'm pregnant, and I'm not with my husband. I'm not recording it. So we found out that night when Matt came home from work.
No cheating. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Okay, I see 2 voicemails. Wait.
Hi, Estrella. This is Yari from Dr. Gilman office. We're calling you with the pregnancy test results from today. The pregnancy test came back excellent, came back in 129. The progesterone came back in 29.61, and the estrogen in 198. So he's recommended to continue with all the medication, pregnancy precautions, and you need to be back to the office on Wednesday. So please, we can see you on Wednesday to repeat the pregnancy test one more time. Wednesday the 23rd, we can see you at 6:45 a.m. One more time, Estrella, this is Yari from Dr. Gilman office. We're calling with the lab results from today. Congratulations, the pregnancy test came back great. Came back in 129, the estrogen 198, and the progesterone in 29.51. So all the levels are great. Continue with all the medication, pregnancy precautions, and we'll see you back to the office on Wednesday to repeat the pregnancy test one more time. And we have available Wednesday at 6:45 a.m. If it's too early for you, you can call back to the office and reschedule that appointment. At the meantime, continue with all the medication and pregnancy precautions. If you have any questions, just call back to the office. Thank you.
I'm shaking. I can feel like my heart rate. Okay, what's the second one?
Hi, Estrella. This is Yari again from Dr. Gilman office. Also, you need to book your next intralipid infusion between tomorrow and Wednesday. So please, when you have a chance, call back to the office to book the appointment for your next intralipid infusion. We recommend it to be done right away after the positive pregnancy test. So you can book that appointment for tomorrow, Tuesday, no later than Wednesday. So please, when you got my voicemail, call back to the office to set up the appointment for your next intralipid infusion. We recommend it to get it right away after we got a positive pregnancy test. We can do the infusion tomorrow, either Wednesday when you come back for the second pregnancy test. If 6:45 a.m. is too early for you, please call back to the office so you can reschedule for later on. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
So we are pregnant again. I feel happy, but I'm kind of like scared that the numbers are like so much lower than when I was pregnant with her.
That's okay.
Like I was 299 or 298, and it's just like 120 something. Oh, I felt like I can feel my heart beating like from my neck. Are you not excited?
I'm very excited.
I don't know. We didn't have like this like moment.
I guess because I figured it went through, like it happened.
So we're having another baby.
Mm-hmm.
Nene, you're gonna be a big sister? Merry Christmas. We got you a sibling for Christmas. So now I gotta go back to do intralipids. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go and do it at the clinic instead of having the nurse come out.
Okay. And
then do my labs, and they have to double. The numbers need to double.
Right.
So they need to be at 260.
Mm-hmm.
¿Qué te pasa?
She's dramatic.
So continue doing my meds.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a baby in here.
That's right.
Look, there's a baby in here.
That's right.
Nene's in there. What do you think, boy or girl?
Boy.
We'll see, we'll see. I'm just really nervous that the numbers are low. I thought they would be like much higher, but let it be okay. Let me not have a miscarriage. Let me not have anything. So I love you.
I love you.
Give me a kiss.
Big sister.
You're the daughter.
Come on, feel it. Are you pregnant? No.
Dinosaur.
Is this supposed to be an announcement, or am I just?
She's a big sister.
Are you really pregnant again?
Yeah.
You're pregnant. She's like, what is going on right now?
I have no idea what's happening. Noah, you're gonna have another cousin.
We just heard.
Hold on.
Hi.
I didn't get your reaction.
It would have been more exciting, but we were looking at Noah the whole time.
Aw, well look.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God! Let me see your shirt. What does it say?
Big sister.
This obviously wasn't in vitro, right?
It was.
It was?
Yeah.
In Beach?
Yeah.
Woo!
We're recording.